Hey guys, today I just want to start my tutorial series on learning C# for beginners. Just going to give you a quick explanation on some basic stuff today and do a Hello World application. So the first thing, and I'll include a link to, actually got a video that shows you how you can get a free copy of Visual Studio, which I'll be using. You can also, that's if you're a college student. If you're not, you can always download Visual Studio Express for free, which will pretty much do everything we're going to do in this video, I'm sure, and the upcoming ones. So the first thing you're going to need to do is get one of those, one or the other. So just pause the video and download that if you haven't. If you do have it already, we'll get started right away. The first thing you're going to want to do is File, New Project. Go to Visual C# here, that's the language we're going to want to use, and start a new console application. And you can name it whatever you want. For mine, I'm just going to name it Hello World. I've actually already done that, just right here, ready to go. You're not going to need to worry about this too much right now. Basically, these are just where you include, to put it simply, you include like code from other areas that you can use later down here. But we're not going to worry about that right now. I'll get to that later. Right now, we're just going to worry about this area right here. Now, the static void main, you're going to see this in every console application. This is actually where your program begins, so it knows when you start this program, this is how it starts. So anything you put in here, it's going to make the program do, make the computer, make the computer do when you run it. So to do our very first Hello World, all we're going to need to do is do console.writeLine Hello World. As you can see, this console command is telling the console to do something. The write line is telling it to write in that console area whatever is in these parentheses. And this semicolon here basically says the end of a statement. So let's say I wanted to do that twice. This would be completely fine. Now I take out that semicolon, and you'll see it gives me the error there, because this is no different than just having this right there. You're not ending the statement, so it's trying to run this whole thing as one statement. In C#, white space does not matter. So I can run it like this, or like this, and it's the exact same. So anyways, let's get back to it. We got console write line hello world. Now let's press F5, or you can do build, or just click this this green arrow right here, and that'll build the application and run it. Sorry, I don't know why computer's being so slow right now. I guess XSplit causing it to slow down a little bit. Oh man. Okay, so anyways, I'm just going to press F5 to run it. Now you'll see it'll just run and it instantly closes. That's because it completes its task, and once it's done, it's just going to close. So in order to prevent that, we're going to do console.readline. We don't have to put anything in between the parentheses. Now what this is going to do is basically it's going to wait for you to enter something and try to take that. So until you type something, enter it, it's going to leave the program open because it's going to be stuck, right here waiting. So let's run this again. And there, hello world. That's simple. So there you go. That's your first C# program. Now, to make it a little more complicated, let's say instead of just having that, you want to enter something and then have it say that back to you. So we'll do enter a word. Or no, let's do something a little more complicated. What is your name? So it's going to say this first, what's your name? Now we need to somehow take in an input from you that we can display in the next line. So to do that, you're going to type string name equals, and then console.readline. So what this string says is basically you're creating a string, which is like a word or sentence or just a line of text basically, and it can be pretty much as long as you're gonna want it to be. You're not gonna need to worry too much about that, and we'll go into the other types of things you can declare, such as an int is an integer, stands for integer, which is a number. So you could make int x equals 0, but you can't make it 0. And it'll error out here because int can only hold numbers, the same way string can only hold strings of characters. So anyways, let's get back to it. So we'll take that in, and then at this point, after you enter that, the program puts whatever you typed in here and pressed enter into this name variable, which we can use later on. So let's go console.writeLine. So after you enter your name, you want it to respond with, let's say hello, comma, and then we're going to want to include this name. So hello plus, and these plus signs can be used to combine strings into one. So actually, yeah, let's make this a little bit easier. I don't know if it's going to be easier, maybe more complex. We'll go greeting. So we're going to make a new greeting, make it hello, comma, and then this can combine multiple strings together, so we're going to combine this string with name with just an exclamation point. And again, we got to include this semicolon to end the statement. So now this greeting string, we have hello, and then whatever name you entered here, and then exclamation point. So we want to write that back out. So we're going to write out greeting. And then just so we can so the program doesn't close on us, we're going to include the console read line. Alright, so we got our program, let's run it. It's going to ask us for our name, put in your name, and it responds hello Sam. Easy as that. Now if you try to enter anything else, it's going to exit, because after this console read line is done, the program's finished, and it goes back to here. Alright, so that's just a very simple Hello World program. If you're new to programming, hopefully this will give you just a very basic idea of what you're looking at. And in the videos to come, I'll get a lot more in depth. Hopefully in the next video, I'll do some more on different types and how you can do math and all sorts of stuff. So if you like this very first tutorial video, be sure to thumbs up and subscribe, and check in on the next video. Alright, thanks for watching.